Hi, everybody. I am Nick DiPaolo, the creative director and solo developer of Crimson Tide. To give you a little backstory of Crimson Tide, you play as an Italian named Antonio De Luca. I am an Italian as well, so a little copy and paste there with my background. But the game is based on this premise of being pulled into this island of shipwrecked dreams, and your goal is to get to the lighthouse to find your purpose and to get back home. What you're seeing here is a live action film put into the experience. There's going to be a lot of cool live action hints to build the story, to build the action adventure, but it's not an FMV experience at all. These elements will be in the world that you'll be able to experience in real time, walk up to them, these live action elements, and be able to interact with them live. What the experience itself is based on not hand holding. What you're seeing here on the top right corner, the timer ticking, is in a way your life. I'll get to that in a second as well, but what you're seeing here with the tutorial of your settings and your controls is going to be based in the world. I was trying to avoid tutorials and kind of have everything feel alive in the world. Here you'll have your diary as well, which will help you give you your mission objectives once you move forward. The world again is going to be, as you see here with the title, as the search begins, everything's really living within the world itself, and kind of leans into that in the experience of figuring out what you have to do, following trails of blood or hints and detective work, letting the player find and discover things on their own. These letters here are, in a way, which is part of the backstory, the positivity of you trying to reach your dream of getting to the lighthouse. And these are individuals who came to the island before you and didn't make it, but they're giving you hints on what to do and how to avoid what they experienced, like this individual here who was dead. And these dark entities floating are these shipwrecked dreams who didn't make it as well, but were very negative in their situation. And the flare gun, the mighty flare gun. This is going to be one of the weapons in your inventory. The game's really based around light and using light elements, torches, lighters, glow sticks, even cameras to create flashes of light to solve things here and there that you'll discover on the island. The flare gun is one of your first primitive type of weapons, and they help combat the darkness of doubt. Call these little guys darkness of doubts. These enemy types, there's different types. There's these blasting, torturous doubt flames, which you'll learn about later in the experience, and then there's different variety of enemy types as well as you move forward. Regarding the time at the top right that I brought up before, that represents also your life, and time you have to reach the lighthouse. The idea also with that is a metaphor for achieving your dream, because you do have one life in life, and you have one chance and one time to achieve what you're trying to do. So it kind of adds a nice little pressure cooker to the situation for Antonio. These enemy types, they're calm ones. There's a very aggressive enemy types. And there's also little tiny puzzles sprinkled throughout the experience. Nothing in the sense, that's like you need to sit there and try to draw things out on paper to figure out, but very light-handed experiences. And there's also, like I mentioned, the world is allowing you to self-guide. Follow the bloods of trails, click on things, try things. You discover here on the top left that the torch needs a lighter. So this is kind of one of the first initiations into a small little puzzle. Like, okay, I need a lighter. Where's there a lighter? Let me, look around, and here's a bloodstained hand. Let me check in here. So really light elements on the puzzle, but they're also elements of telling the story as well. So here's one of the inventory items, which you'll have to keep fueled. You have to find lighter fluid as well within the world. There's medication for your life, and these are sparse. I would say, again, a sprinkle of a little bit of horror, a sprinkle a little bit of action, and a little bit of adventure and narrative storytelling on top with the cherry to kind of help the user be guided through the experience. And there's going to be a lot of backstory, environmental storytelling, with elements within the world itself. You'll have the menu and the inventory is very simple, nothing complex. I want the experience you play with itself is simple but complex. I want you to enjoy and not be frustrated by the amount of things on screen or what you have to click or upgrade things. Primitive, but in a very good way. Regarding controls, for traditional controller on Xbox, I would say it will be the traditional layout. Left trigger to zoom in, right trigger to shoot your flare gun, your analog sticks for movement, right stick to look left and right, left stick to move back and forth. Clicking down on the left stick will allow you to sprint. Picking up items would be with the A button. Putting them back would be B. Double clicking them will select them. So nice overall simplicity of control scheme and abilities. So yeah, I hope that was enough detail. I apologize if it wasn't, but I'm here if you need more detail, and feel free to play the experience yourself to kind of digest it. And thank you for giving me your heart and soul on this little exploration overview of Crimson Tide.
Funny, right?